Today I'm going to attempt to show you some popovers that we make quite often for delicious breakfast. So we'll see if these turn out. I've got my oven preheating to 450 degrees, and I also have my popover pan in there getting really hot. So I'm going to start with 4 eggs that are room temperature, and I'm going to beat those up, get them all whipped up, and I'm going to add 1.5 teaspoons of salt right in with those eggs and get that mixed good. And I've taken 2 cups of milk and I've warmed it in the microwave. You want it warm, but you don't want it really hot. So we're going to whisk that into the eggs a little at a time. So even though it's just warm milk, we don't want it cooking our eggs. All right, so all our milk is in there. 2 cups of whole milk, 4 large eggs, and 1.5 teaspoons salt in there. And then we're going to start mixing in 2 cups of flour, all-purpose flour. I have measured out here, so I'll start whisking that in a little bit at a time. And you just need to whisk it in. You don't want to have any lumps in here, but you also don't want to overbeat it. Just you want to get it a smooth mixture. The batter's going to be really thin, so just so you know that. And I'm mixing in a bowl that has a spout on it, which will make it easier to pour into the popover pans. But you don't have to do a spout or anything like that. You can use a measuring cup when you go to put it in the popover pans. Okay, it looks like my batter is pretty good, pretty smooth. So if you can see that, just smooth batter. I'm going to move that off, wipe up my mess a little bit, and I'm going to take my popover pans out of the oven. Again, my oven was preheating at 450 degrees. I don't have any oil or spray in my pans yet. As soon as I take the pans out, I'm going to spray them with, I have olive oil spray, but you can use Pam or any type of spray in them, and you don't want to leave them out very long. You just want to pour the batter in there and get it right back in the oven. So let's see what that pan is steaming at. Oh, I didn't say I cleaned my oven for you all. This pan is really hot. So we're going to set it there. And now I'm going to spray it generously with my spray. Don't burn yourself. It's really important to get a lot of spray in there. Some of the recipes call for just butter in your pan, but you want to make sure you can get these popovers out, because I'm going to tell you, you're going to want to eat them. So, all right, got the spray in there. Now we're going to fill each cup at least a half full. Shouldn't do it more than a half full, because then you're going to have a mess in your oven. But we'll see how this batter comes out here. I'm going to leave this on the pan when I put it back in the oven, just in case they happen to pop really well and spill over, which is kind of what we're hoping for. We want them to pop really high. Although we've had a lot of failures on popovers, and we still manage to eat them. If they don't pop all the way, they don't get as airy inside, but they still taste good. Looks like I have a little extra dough or a little extra batter, so I'm not going to fill them any farther. Let's see if I can get a little bit more in that one, because we don't want them to spill over a lot. So we're going to put those back in the oven at 450 degrees on the bottom third of the oven, and we're going to do that for 15 minutes. And after our 15 minutes are up, we're going to turn the oven down and cook them for a little bit longer. Okay, we're at our 15-minute mark. They're doing pretty good. They're not as puffed as I would like them to be, but they got 10 more minutes to cook. So we're turning the oven down to 350. And we'll bake for 10 more minutes. Fingers crossed. They're almost ready to come out. Before I do that, I wanted to show you another type of popover pan we have. It's this one, and it is a popover pan. However, we've just not had much luck with our popovers coming out in this one. So you can also use just regular muffin cups, but again, they don't work as well. So let's see what's in the oven. I'm thinking they look really good. All right, let's pull them out. And I'm going to set them over here just so you can see. So they did pop really well. Their height is about that high. Let's see if they come right out. Look at that. So I'm going to put a few on this platter here. And if you're wondering what to serve these with, you can serve them with anything that you like. We like butter and jelly. Butter mostly with salt on them. I'm going to move this off to the side here and open one up for you to see. So sometimes we don't even get these out of the pan and onto the plate because they go pretty darn fast. Okay, so we'll take this one. Good texture, crunchy on the outside. Let's break it open and see what we have. It's very hot inside. Not as hollow as I would really like it, but it's still going to be great. I'm going to use butter, just plain. You can use unsalted butter depending on what you like, or salted butter. I'm going to butter that on one side. And on the buttered side, I'm going to take some of this sea salt flakes. Looks like this. You can buy it at Vitamin Cottage. And just sprinkle the sea salt on there because it's delicious that way. And on the other half, I'm going to put some raspberry jelly. Just spread that in there. And now that I have mine, I'm going to call in the forces. Popovers are ready. Delicious. These are not made with gluten-free flour. I have to learn how to do that. I don't know if they would pop. Probably would need some baking powder in them. But the tribes are here. Help yourself. They're looking good.
I'm coming.
So maybe this is our dinner tonight. I'm not sure. So that's our recipes for popovers. We'll see you later.